Fife Property market update, and this is for the week commencing the 21st to the 27th. This is our last one of 2025. So this will be a great one just to end the year with. We've got some exciting things to talk through, and then obviously we will be hitting the new year. And I will be back next Tuesday to do that with you again. Now, we hope you all had an amazing Christmas with family, friends, whatever you got up to. We hope you had the best time. But this will just give you a wee bit of an insight into what was happening in that Christmas week to see what has been happening with all agencies across Fife. So, what activity took place, what we were doing in particular as an agency, because if you are a keen follower of ours, you will see there has still been plenty going on. We've still been very much active and we are still here for you if you do need anything. And then we'll do a roundup of the shows that have taken place. And then, as I say, we can obviously get ready for our first one next week of 2026. How fast has that gone? Amazing. But let's take a look at what was happening last week in the marketplace. As I say, this is for the 21st to the 27th. This is all agencies that use Rightmove, and it is new instructions versus properties sold subject to concluded missives. So as you can see there, it is the 76 new properties put to market last week alone versus 32 properties still sold. And actually, 32 properties still sold when you think for a good portion of that as well, a lot of agencies were closed and also solicitors were closed as well. That's still great to see that in that week alone, when everything was going on, there were still 33 properties that had offers accepted on them and are now showing subject to concluded missives. So that was a fantastic result. And obviously you can see through the micro regions where that split was. Now, actually, there's some micro regions that aren't that off their usual. So, for example, Cooper, you had 5 versus 5. So, 5 new properties made available in Cooper versus 5 properties sold. 3 in the East Nuke versus 1 property sold. 3 to 4 to 5 is kind of an average for East Nuke. Obviously, 1 is slightly less than what we see. St Andrews, that is lower than what we normally to see with 3 and 3. And actually, as I'm running through this, very, very, very often, hardly ever do we see that you have the exact same new instructed versus sold, and it's crazy to see that there's quite a few like that. So there was obviously something in the water last week. Leavenmouth 3 versus 3. Dunfermline 33 new instructions versus 10 properties sold. 33 is actually higher than what they were the week previous. However, 10 sold is less than what we normally see. Dunfermline naturally always is higher transactional numbers. They do always kind of operate in their own little market out with the rest of Fife purely just because of the proximity to the bigger cities and the commuting, but you get a lot more property for your money being that side of the bridge. So that's where you see the Dunfermline numbers do tend to be higher. Glenrothes 11 versus 5 and 18 versus 5 for Kirkcaldy. So it seems like 3 and 5 were the magic numbers last week. But as I say, it's great to see that there was still activity happening, even though when you think that involves businesses being closed in terms of estate agencies, apart from ourselves, and solicitors. Now, some of these numbers as well will take into account activity that we were doing. We had a great impact on the marketplace on the 26th, so on Boxing Day, and we will come to that shortly. But that just gives you a great insight into what was still happening. So when people think that everything just grinds to an absolute halt and nothing takes place, that's not the case. There is still plenty taking place, as you can see with those numbers. Now, if you're a regular to this show, you'll have seen perhaps the November roundup and then the early weeks in December. Now, I know for ourselves as an agency, certainly Perry and I, the properties we were going out to, there has been some fantastic results and a lot of properties come into market, which is great. And this is why we constantly educate. And this is where it is key to instruct and speak with agents that are local experts, understand the marketplace, and can give you that knowledge. But these winter months are an absolute prime time to sell. And you might be thinking, oh, I need to wait until the spring, summer, till my garden's in full bloom, until the lighter evenings, etc. That is not the case. This is a fantastic time to go to market because everybody that's thinking of selling is in that mindset. So they're now waiting until next year. So actually you entering the marketplace at this time of year means you as a seller, you have so much less competition, but there is still buyers out there. And when there tends to be less stock, buyers act faster and they put their best foot forward because they don't have a much availability of other properties, so they have to jump on yours. Now, obviously, we can discuss that in more detail if you want to reach out to us, whether you want to put comments, messages directly, or pick up the phone and speak to a member of the team. As I say, we are still very much open and we are available for you. If you do have any questions or queries, feel free to reach out to us. It'll be interesting when I do next week's show and I do the December roundup. So if you come back next Tuesday, then I will be doing a whole month of the December roundup. And I think it's going to be very interesting. And there's going to be some numbers in there that you perhaps aren't expecting. Now, those numbers that I ran through were purely just resale homes only, nothing to do with new builds. So let's take a look at what we were doing in particular as an agency. So this is slightly different, where normally I would tell you what properties have sold and what we've got coming soon, etc. Today I'm going to talk you through our Boxing Day bounce. Now, I did speak about this in last week's show, and I also did a little sneak peek video on the 23rd, letting you know about our Boxing Day bounce, and it's obviously been on social media on the 26th. However, just in case you missed it, this is what went live on Boxing Day. So if you are looking for your next home, or perhaps you're sitting and you've just done Christmas in your home and you think, I need a bit more space, there's not enough space for the family, or perhaps I need a bigger driveway, perhaps I need a bigger garden, or actually perhaps you're sitting there and going, this is too big for me. I've had to clean more, I've had to do more decorations, it's now filled more space, but I don't need it, and perhaps you wanted to downsize. All different reasons for why you perhaps are looking for a new home after just spending Christmas, or perhaps you were waiting to get Christmas out the way and you were thinking, we'll start the search in the new year. Well, you might not need to. You could actually start it now, because on Boxing Day, we put 4 properties live as part of the Boxing Day bounce, and I'm going to talk you through them. So the first one was this particular property. Let's bring it up for you to see. So let's have a look. So this first one was Wellesley Road in Buckhaven, and it is the one on the left. And those with a keen eye can perhaps see a Fife Property sold board on the neighbouring property. Don't worry, we've not got it mixed up. It is absolutely right. We have sold the neighbouring property, and Perry put that live, and it had a fantastic offer accepted within days of it going to market, actually. And then obviously the neighbours saw the fantastic result, and they've done the exact same. So this went live on Boxing Day. As you can see, it's got great curb appeal. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, extended semi-detached property. It's got an open plan dining kitchen, front and rear gardens. It's got a multi-purpose garage, off-street parking, and if it is something you're looking for, there is the opportunity for one level living with this property. Fantastic positioning as well, because it does have sea views. So as I say, this went live on Boxing Day. That has had some good traction already, so that it is still a chance for you to get in there, and it is on the market for offers over 180,000. So if it is something you're looking for, go and take a look, watch the full video, and reach out if you'd like to get a viewing, or even make our seller an offer that they can't refuse. Next one is Graham Crescent in Leatham. This particular property is a 2-bedroom semi-detached, sought after location, recently renovated as well with the shower room. It's got off-street parking, as you can see, and it does have a rear garden with workshop space. That's what's great about this property and the last one, is you have got that multi-purpose outdoor space, which is a great addition to have, especially if you perhaps work from home, or if you perhaps have a business, or perhaps a craft that you like to do on the side. You've got that option. Now, this particular one is on for offers over 125,000. There's some great price points, great affordability, and it's going to appeal to a lot of the marketplace. So yes, they went live on Boxing Day. They have had some good traction, but if there's any of these that I'm speaking through and you're interested, reach out. We're very much still open. We're in the office today, so reach out. We can get you registered and we can get you a viewing scheduled, and you could secure your new home for the start of the new year, which is fantastic. Next property is Canella Place in Thornton, so slightly different location. Now, this is in a really desirable, sought-after development. It's still quite a new development. It's not that old, and it's literally just off the A92, so it's a fantastic location for commuting. You've got the train station within Thornton, but you've got the A92, which you can get to Dundee, Edinburgh. You can get along to Kirkcaldy, Cooper, St Andrews. You can go any direction that you like, but it's a fantastic location, and it is an absolutely stunning property. As I say, they are quality builds. They're really spacious properties. Now, this particular one is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom detached bungalow, finished to a really, really high standard. So yes, you're getting a lot of internal floor space, but you've still got that large driveway, as you can see. You've got that immaculate garden. It is manicured just beautifully. You've got the garage, and then you still have a vast garden to the rear. Within the development, there is plenty of areas to walk your dogs. There's also a children's play park if you perhaps got grandchildren or family visiting. Within Thornton itself, you have multiple shops, you've got a cafe, you've got a pub, as I say, you've got hairdressers, you've got a couple of great chippies as well. And as I say, you've got the train station as well for commuting. Now, this particular property does also have a hot tub and a garden room slash bar, so fantastic outdoor space as well. And it is on the market for offers over 350,000. So if you are looking for that one level living, you want to be in a sought after location that is also really peaceful. It's on one of those streets where you're only driving down it if you live there. So it's really private. Then that could be the one for you. So do reach out. That one, as I say, went live on Boxing Day. And then finally, our final property that went live on Boxing Day for the bounce was Crail Road in Anstruther. It was a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, spacious end terrace townhouse split over 3 levels. You have 1 level living with this property. You've got a bedroom and a bathroom downstairs. Then you head upstairs and you've got an open plan living dining space. It's got a gorgeous Juliet balcony, which gives you views over the rooftops and sea views, which was just amazing. Then you've got your galley kitchen, and then finally you head up to the next level and it has a further master bedroom with a shower en suite. Beautiful condition. Just move in and start enjoying it. Even better with this property, and you don't get very often with the East Snook, is it does have a dedicated parking space, while also literally being a minute's walk and you're on Shore Street for the cafes, bistros, restaurants, you have Coastal Path, the harbour. So again, it's a fantastic location, and that is on the market for offers over 255,000. So go and watch the full video for that one. And if that is the lifestyle and property that you're looking for, reach out to us. We can get you a viewing scheduled. And then, as I say, you could potentially be starting the new year with a new property secured. So that is what we did for the Boxing Day bounce. So that is all the properties, including this last one for Ansterhaven in Crail Road. That is all the properties that went live. Now, coming soon. So let's give you an insight into what we also still to have come to market. So this is where we are still to do the pre-portals, or perhaps the pre-portals are getting done and they will be hitting the market shortly as well. So we've got a great few properties to also kick off the new year and start strong. So the first one is Newark Farm Cottages. Now this is in St Monans, or just on the outskirts of St Monans. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 3-reception, mid-terraced cottage. It's got parking space for 2 vehicles. It's also got a south-facing, really private garden, which is just fantastic. Ideal location, but it is an absolutely brilliant home. You can also go in there, put your own stamp on it, and really make it your own. So I'll be doing the pre-portal for that one in the new year, so you don't have to wait long. But if you are looking for the East Snook, perhaps 1 level living, a cottage with garden and parking, this could be the one for you. Then we have Crawford Gardens in St Andrews. Now, I'm actually there later today to do the pre-portal, so you don't have to wait long to see that one. Now, this particular property, it is a 4-bedroom detached home. It has been extended, so it gives you those 4 bedrooms. You do have an element of 1 level living. You also still do get a garage with this property and a driveway that can be extended if you wish. You have a gorgeous open plan living dining space, a brand new contemporary kitchen that's just been renovated. The whole house is new. It's all just been finished. You can still have that like fresh smell of the paint and the woodwork. It is just immaculate. You've got gardens to the rear as well. So not a thing that you need to do, just move in with your family, and it's literally a minute's walk and you're at Morrison's, you're at the hospital, you're down to Aldi, Marks and Spencer's. So there's plenty on your doorstep, and it is a fantastic family home. And as I say, the pre-portal will be going on the St Andrews page later this afternoon. Then you also have Seggy Drive in Guardbridge. This will be coming to market with us the first week in January. I'm scheduled to do the pre-portal on Monday. Now, this particular one, Seggy Drive, you know, we've got great, obviously, results in Seggy Drive. Really popular properties because you still get that KY16 postcode. So if you need to be within that catchment for the KY16, you absolutely are. But you're in Guardbridge. You've got obviously just a short drive to Lucas for the train station. It's great for commuting in all directions. This particular one is a 3-bedroom semi-detached. You've got your driveway, you've got your garage, you've got your garden to the rear, and then you've still got your 3 bedrooms. So it's a great family home, and it's still at affordable price range for being in the KY16 postcode as well. So that is the properties that we've got coming soon. Now we will just do a quick run through of shows that have taken place, just so you know what to go back and watch. As always, nothing stops. There was still the Wealth Creation show that took place yesterday, as always, with Jim Parker, one of the UK's most successful property investors, and Richard Cook, the lettings director. They were on hand yesterday, and for yesterday's topic, it was all about wealth preservation. Now, when you've worked hard and invested carefully to build your wealth, you obviously want to look after it. That's why it's important to understand your genuine feelings about wealth preservation and risks right from the offset before you even start. Investing obviously isn't for everyone, as some people don't like the uncertainty, perhaps, or the potential losses that could occur, like stock market fluctuations. Perhaps they want to deal with their bank manager about the savings accounts, which obviously is perfectly fine. Everybody has their preferred options. But this is why yesterday's show was great, because it gives you all of the information. It's almost like your sounding board to get all that information and make informed decisions. Obviously, yes, it was live yesterday. You can still go back and rewatch it. And if you do have any questions, or even some of your own thoughts and feelings, you can still put them in the comments and they will come back to you. And then that is a wealth creation update. And then actually a show that also took place was Selling in the New Year, which is obviously perfectly timed. And it's to start prepping your home launch now. Because if you're thinking of selling in the new year, December is the time to get everything in place, putting your home on the market, obviously come the new year. With a break from work, perhaps you have that time to dedicate to your home, finesse that presentation, and also get agents out, get your valuations so you can start getting your ducks in a row to find your perfect match. And as I say, get the ball rolling. This is the perfect time to do that. And by getting ahead, as I mentioned at the beginning, getting ahead, it means you're going to beat that mad rush where the marketplace becomes almost overstocked because everybody's waited till then, and perhaps you have got a lot more competition. So now is absolutely crucial to get your ball rolling and get on the marketplace. So that is us for our final 2025 market update. If there is any questions, please put them in the comments. We will come back to you. Failing that, I will see you next Tuesday. Obviously, we'll be doing the first 2026 market update, but in that one, that is where we will also be doing a full December roundup. So there's going to be some great numbers in there. And that is us for our final show. As I say, I will see you obviously next week. But in the meantime, if there is anything at all, you can reach out to us. As I say, we are still very much here for you if you do need anything, and we'll be more than happy to help you. But all the best. Have a fantastic new year from myself and everybody at Fife Properties. We wish you all the best, and we will see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.